So Sharon, we have the same question for you, so I'll read it again. Over the last decade, migration to the central Okanagan has increased significantly. However, many of these families struggle and their income is below the national average. How will you address the need for increased and affordable childcare?
So actually, childcare has been a topic I've sat on a committee called CATCH, Community Action Team for Children's Health, since its inception. And we do have a child care advocate on the committee, and it is a real issue in our community. There are a number of childcare units that have been increased over the years, but there still isn't enough to accommodate all of the needs in our community. One of the things from a council perspective is that, and it has been talked about, but it's never been implemented, is including the requirement of having a certain number of child care units or a facility built as you put in a multifamily home, so that is part of the development. There was one development done in Glenmore that was going to include, so they got a benefit by putting in a child care space. So that's one option. The other one is trying to look at including or encouraging child-friendly workplaces. So we advocate for that, and the City Hall, it can certainly be one of those, where you look at alternatives for families to have different job hours, so that if they have two family working members, that if your business is child friendly, that you can accommodate the different hours. And we actually do that in our own business that I'm part of, where one of our staff comes in early, like she comes in at 4 in the morning, and we allow her to do that, and she leaves at noon, and that helps, offset her child needs. So certainly there are things from a broader perspective, but the community does have some real good advocates. I think it's important as a city politician that you work with those advocates and you consider every idea as a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate is Walter Gray. Walter, while minimum wage is set to increase to $10.25 by May 2012, the living wage for the Central Okanagan is about $17 per hour each for a two-parent family with 2 children, and that pays for necessities and healthy development of children, as well as social life, education, and training. So do you support a further increase in the minimum wage? Why or why not?
Thank you very much for the question. I believe there's probably 2 answers. One is, yes, I do, because you cannot live on the previous minimum wage, the current interim minimum wage, or even the new one being proposed that will come into effect soon. What we have to do, and it all comes back to the economy, we have to become business friendly in this city. We have to encourage business to create jobs. When you create more jobs, you create more competition among employers to seek people to do those jobs, and that forces the wage up for the people you're going to hire. So I think it does come back to the economy. We absolutely have to move Kelowna forward, encourage business to hire people, and at the same time encourage certain kinds of businesses to either come to Kelowna or expand that are already here in Kelowna, and those would be ones that already pay more money than the minimum wage. Having said, and so therefore one would imagine manufacturing and those sorts of things. This community, because it's so beautiful, because everybody wants to come here, and the first time they do, they come here as a tourist, it as a result has created an incredible tourist industry. Tourism industries traditionally, and probably for many years to come, will pay minimum wage. But as long as we in a community can see those jobs as being intended for young people, as entry-level jobs to get a bit of skill, a bit of experience, and a bit of confidence in the workplace, I believe we can move that forward. But the real challenge will be in the hospitality sector with regard to minimum wage. I support the Premier's plan, but it's only a start.
Thank you.